Get him out of here. Get him the hell out of here.
Bianca, why are you cursing so much?
What do you mean cursing?
Why are you cursing? You can't say hell.
I don't consider that
You said it
cursing.
in my Christian Minecraft server. It's cursing. Oh,
Oh, but my grandmother could say I'm going to hell
I have
for
to ask you to
playing.
leave. So then, last session, a lot of fucking bullshit happened. A vampire amongst you was discovered. There was a body discovered. Kaylee was acting sus, and during the meeting, she vented. I don't play bad games, so fuck you. That's the message you're getting out of me. So, after that, they ran away. And, yeah, none of you guys could catch up. Later that evening, okay. Later that evening, you're all informed that the church is currently looking into the object that you had given them, along with the stone that you had retrieved as well, along with waiting for troop movements to happen. So for the time being, you're not needed, and are free to move about the country as you see fit. Outside of that, they of course do take away. They sign your paperwork stating they basically sign any paperwork that you have with the church's seal on it, stating that this is no longer valid, and more or less just burn it in front of you.
Just what?
They sign off all the paperwork that you guys may have had from the church that you could wave around for saying, "Oh, I'm on the church's mission," and basically make it void.
How nice.
Yes, it's almost like they're assholes. But, however, that does technically mean that you are no longer under orders from the church. And so the question becomes, what do you want to do?
Well, I'm the only one who's not muted right now.
Yes, I've noticed.
So,
Others are talking in the same room, so I can't unmute.
So, Alba, what do you want to do?
well, seeing as the, I don't know what word I would use here, the subject of Alba's fury has absconded.
With all their magic items and most of the gold, yes.
Well, that's their shit. I don't give a shit. They probably weren't going to share it anyway. Alba is back to her normal self.
Normal bitch.
Relatively. Sometimes, I guess, over the week. Usually up late at night, tinkering away.
You just break
Very unusually quiet.
You break into Saber's room every now and again and just,
He doesn't have a room.
Exactly. You just pull him out of the fucking alleyway and just rip apart his arm, put it back together when he's not paying attention.
I don't do that because he would pay attention, and...
if you rolled above a 10 on stealth.
Well, I don't think that's going to happen. Also, what do you mean above a 10?
Because he can never seem to roll above a 10 whenever it's his watch.
But he has alert, so...
Yeah, now he has alert, luckily. Check my
so seeing as it might be safe to move around, I guess. I'm guessing we have some free time, but...
Yeah, so you have free time.
I guess it should be discussed with our, I guess, appointed leader, Cadus, about what we should be doing next.
Cadus, are you in a quiet enough room to actually talk?
Yes and no. Personally, Cadus would be trying to convince the party to follow up on the trip west. To, as I zoom out so I can actually see the country's name.
Go ahead.
Crap, too far.
Yeah, Kratos.
Not the continent, the country.
Depends which country you're in.
Sustaria.
Yes. Currently, you guys are in Yashana.
Do I know anything
Yes.
about Staria?
Roll me a history check.
Yes, sir. Oh.
Gung-ho. Well, you know they've got really great food, and the people there just love everyone equally, and everyone is treated
Well,
how
I don't.
and everyone is treated how they deserve to be treated.
Brian, Alba grew up on Crates. I think she would know that's probably not the case.
Yes, everyone is treated how they deserve to be treated, like trash.
Okay. I was just going to say.
Because it just works. Anyone else want to roll me a history on the area?
Might as well, once my mouse decides to work.
Alba, you can also roll me another history on the capital of the area, if you want.
There we go.
Yeah, no, Cadus, from your memory and what you've been able to hear, it's everyone treats everyone how they deserve to be treated.
Which doesn't mean good.
Of course not. You can also roll me a separate history on the capital as well.
What about my check on the capital?
And I'll tell you once you both get your rolls out.
Okay.
Alright, so you both seem to know a good chunk about the capital somehow. Let me look up the capital really quick of this fucking place.
Maybe there's something famous that happens there.
I mean, I know what happens there.
Of course you do.
Alright, so. Sastaria's capital is home to the prince, or at least one of the princes. The Prince of Urgamaz. He is currently, to your all understanding, actually in the city. Presumably under, heavy watch. Outside of all of that, you would know that the capital was a main gathering point for the war effort to launch, because that's where they essentially launched from. And they are very much proud of their Navy presence, along with several...
So are they on, like, the coast, then?
Yes, they basically inhabit the coast. They are a big... A lot of their trade comes from the coast over here, you say?
Okay.
Like, every one of these places has their own Navy fleet, but they mostly specialize in trade rather than warfare like these.
Okay.
The prince, however, seems quite comfortable here, due to its location of being so close to more or less countless fucking exit routes out of the fucking area. He's not very worried and has no reason to hide where he's at.
I know it's a pretty big trade place, so it could be a good opportunity for Alba. So, what?
This is not Alba's voice.
Well, I'm speaking out of character.
Well, I'm going to grab some chips.
God damn it. Hurry. I'm the only one here.
You're not, but
Oh,
I'm
what
trying
I
to meet
mean is,
regularly.
yeah, I know, but what I mean is, I'm the only one not muted. But I mean, it is almost 2 a.m., so it would
Sorry.
make sense that everything's quiet for me.
Of course, everyone
Oh,
has
okay.
120 gold, of course.
Did I get any last session, or was I late? I was late last session
Probably.
because I fell asleep.
Mm-hmm. So then,
There we go.
anyone else want to
So
make any checks on the area?
can I make a check to if I can recall what kind of trade they specialize in, or is it just like everything?
They basically own any international trade.
Okay. So
For a record, Bianca, if you zoom out to about 20%,
I'm on 20%.
yeah, they can basically go along this entire fucking coast
Hmm.
quite easily.
Okay.
And seeing as they also do have experience with going through iced areas, they can actually navigate through the ice. Which some places further south, like Thieves, cannot.
Hmm.
Now without a big pain in the fucking ass.
Well, that's potentially, like I said, Alba realizes there's opportunity here, so why not go that way? But as long if they have time to spend, like before they set off, then there's stuff she would like to take care of.
Anything specific?
Um, probably, is that training dummy still around? I don't remember.
What training dummy?
Not training dummy, but
The target dummy she made.
yeah.
I'd presume you still had it.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we've fetched it out the portal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what happened to it, but
I mean, you kind of left it out in the rain for a little bit, and it swelled up, so... But then it dried off,
should
so...
I? Is it in good condition, or should I touch it up?
It'll be fine.
Okay. Well, I did want to make some more, maybe some smaller ones.
Well, technically, the cart can't go anywhere without you, so...
All right. Well, I guess it depends. What is everyone else doing? If Alba doesn't have, if it's just Alba doing something, then she may as well set off because it's like then everyone's waiting on her.
Well, first thing is once all of that craziness settled down, that he sort of actually spilled the beans on what he had found with while researching for Eve
No,
and
I think I
how,
know.
yeah. Though he'd of course make sure that everyone was someplace relatively safe.
Yeah, you guys can
I
easily
would.
As
dip
he,
into an alleyway or into an inn or tavern, even.
I mean, I would have
yeah,
thought we were camping on like the edge of the city or outside of it a bit. Maybe in a like a field or a meadow somewhere,
I leave
if
that
there
to you
are
guys.
any.
but while you're doing whatever tinkering you're trying to do, I'd actually start scrounging around for spell shenanigans. Either scrolls or just tinkering with his own sangromancy. Seeing as he'd already talked to you about doing the whole, hey, can you somehow make me more resilient?
Mm-hmm. You still have that ring, right?
The Ring of Shield?
Uh-huh.
Yes. The Resilient was actually in reference to the feat training we had talked about.
Oh, right. Feet training. Yes, yes.
But figured that could wait. Well, with the craziness that the party just went through,
Mm-hmm.
let's not risk, the health of the level-headed one.
Ideally, you would be able to, partially enlist if you were in the good enough graces of the military.
Partially
Something.
enlist, question mark?
Huh?
Partially enlist, question mark?
Go there and basically be their punching bag.
Oh,
Hey, we
okay.
need somebody to basically, demonstrate to the soldiers what it's like to punch somebody in the face really, really hard. Do we have any
And Al,
volunteers?
Al was just like, I would do that if I were you.
Yeah, beyond that was literally hunting down that spell, which name I can't remember. The weaker version of Cone of Cold I have somewhere. I think I linked it to you.
Check out combo. It should be like right there.
Mm-hmm. And
Icing, death, frost.
yeah,
But yes. I assume you go to the occultist.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
Basically going. I have enough kind of firepower now. Do you have anything cold?
Cold, you say? I do have a classical ray. No. Of course, my friend. I always have ray of frost at hand if you require it.
Let's look that up real quick because I can't remember what level that is. I think that's just a cantrip.
I give to you 5 gold.
Do you
Very
have
good scroll.
anything? Do you have anything a little better? Like something that might hit multiple targets at once?
I have this scroll, fresh off press. Yes, very fine scroll. I sell to you for... It's the one you're looking for. I sell to you
Yeah.
for 10 gold. Very nice. Very good deal.
That is a very good deal.
I also have these pills of blood. I mashed up the vampire teeth. So I figure if vampire crisis start up, I make money off of it. You want?
What exactly are they supposed to do?
They feed undead for 1 feeding worth.
That would have been useful prior to that blow up. But, I guess I'll take a couple just in case.
Very good. How many you want?
Just 2.
10 gold for you.
Alright. Pleasure doing business with you. Hopefully we'll see you again.
Oh, that
I
small
know you're
one
packing up shop.
minion will arrive soon. It will
We'll
find
let her
her.
know.
She no worry about coming here. By the time minion is finished, I shall no longer be here.
Yep. I will let her know.
Very good. Have a very nice time. Please never tell anybody about me.
Alright.
And as you leave, you hear a very loud whoosh sound. You feel a brush of wind go flying past you, and as you look back up and just walk back up the stairs, the room is completely empty. There's just a small card that falls to the ground that says all sales final. As he was moving.
That's probably a good idea.
Lage, you there? Fresh.
I'm here. Sorry. I'm using mobile.
Would you like to do anything?
I suppose since we're gonna be traveling quite a bit, I'm gonna get some supplies for that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think it's five silver per ration, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
So yeah, 5 silver a ration. Water skins are relatively cheap.
I don't think I'm even on the game board right now. I'm sorry.
You all should have a water skin, so you should be fine. But outside of that, all I can think of is maybe tell your wife.
Yep. I mean, she knows that I was going to be traveling.
Yeah,
I
but
guess I'll just tell her how long I expect to be gone.
she simply informs you, well, it is adventuring, so as long as you're safe, write frequently.
Okay.
And she'll give you a peck on the cheek and some paper. And, like, she'll write down the address of the house so you don't forget where the fuck you live.
That probably has happened in the past.
Yeah, she'll also give you a picture of, her and the kids and the house and yourself, just so you don't get into any bullshittery that you shouldn't be as a married man.
Okay. Then I guess that's pretty much all I need to do for now.
Yep. You spend one more day with your kids, and you fuck off.
Mhm.
With a skip in your step. Now you go off to adventure. So then. Cadus, Alba, Lage, when do you depart?
Hello. Well, I haven't. You know what? I guess I can.
Oh, that's right. Oh, never mind.
It's something I'll have to message you about.
Go ahead.
I'll be back.
Mm-hmm. Well,
It has to be more than that because she's going away and not sure what town will stop off at first, or whether they have a post office. I guess.
you would know that most large cities have post offices.
Okay.
Even in this area, the big thing with the church is that they have really upped, over-the-land communications pretty easily.
Mhm.
As most bandits dare not step to those of the church because it's the fucking church.
Mm.
You guys don't know the full details of it, but no, fear tactics work really well on desperate people.
Mm. Basically, how much and how long is it gonna take? Because I don't know. Alba doesn't know how long she's going to be able to do this again, so that's why it's got to be enough for until she can send another one.
I'd say roughly 20 days.
Okay, so it's gonna. So that first question I asked, how much would that be for like 20 days?
Well, 5 silver per ration can feed one per person for a full day. However, that is.
Well, I don't
sure.
want it to just be like little things like that. I actually want it to be a good amount of money for actually decent stuff.
You probably send them 100.
Okay. So
100 for fuck's sakes, a single gold is probably more than somebody will ever fucking make being a farmer.
right.
So if you sent them 100 gold, they will greatly increase their their way of life,
Okay.
or expand their life for several days, months even. How? Most of a year.
Okay. I wanted to do this uh ages ago, but like other things kind of got in the way.
Hmm?
Either via, people being sent to prison for a night and whatnot, or just, that whole disc situation. Actually, that was a big thing that got in the way. So
Granted, you could have written the letter then.
yeah, I would have said I had the letter waiting, and I added stuff to it.
Mm-hmm.
But because she's been doing a lot of stuff, so, but leaving certain things out because it's like not to cause worry. Oh, and like, not mention the word military or church or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that letter is going to be posted along with that sum of money.
But 100 gold
Because
will one cover the transport of the remainder money, which 10 gold. 10 gold for that distance, they'll take care of it. No, 5 gold for that distance, they'll take care of it.
usually it would be her military salary, but she's not been really working for them at the moment.
Yeah. You also realized, the military never really sent my letters either.
Wait, what?
Well, then again, you really have a hard time focusing on what the fuck happened during your last few weeks of service, anyway. It's very hazy, for obvious reasons.
I was bullshit reasons, but regardless, would there not be like a pigeonhole system for that type of shit?
No, they send it via for larger packages and shit. Pigeons are only for smaller messages, such as.
What I mean by pigeonhole is the like a wall on an old fashioned post office where you would put letters in with the addresses and they would send it off, when they collect it.
Yeah. You can totally do it. They have those, but they had those at the military base. But, memory hole.
I suppose the last time I might have sent a letter would be the first time I got to the city.
But yeah, they tell you that with the large amount of money and the letters, it will cost you, in the distance specifically, it'll cost you about 5 to 10 gold.
Okay, so
if you send them there with 100, they will receive 90.
Well, can I not pay it separately?
You can.
Okay, then I do that.
You pay 100.
I give them 10 for the delivery.
Yep.
And
they inform you, however, due to the distance and border crossing. If you wish to make sure it's extra safe, they could charge you more to put it into the armored wagons. Or if you would prefer, which granted will take longer time, if you would prefer, we could actually simply just put it into the lockbox itself, along with my own personal wages. Of course, your stuff will be perfectly separated from ours.
I'm just going to be like, yeah, armored is fine.
Hmm?
That armored is fine.
You gonna send it with the unarmored or armored?
Armored.
Yeah, slightly more.
I want it delivered, but I don't want it accidentally mixed up, so I'm going...
No, they ensure you that if you put it in the lockbox, the only way they're getting anyone, even if they do get jumped, is getting into that lockbox as if he is dead.
Well, it depends how much extra that's going to cost me.
Only 3 extra gold.
Okay, well, I give them 13 gold.
And he will show you to his cart specifically, so you can examine, the lockbox, which, when he says lockbox, it's a safe.
Is he a human, or is he...
He's humanoid. You can give me an insight check.
Okay.
Well, you're able to determine that he's not 2 halflings in a long coat. Mainly because he's wearing shorts.
And I've seen two half elves.
Yes, but he's
Or
not half elf.
Did you say halflings or half elves?
2 halflings in a long coat.
Okay. Well, she knows what that looks like, so that's
The main
definitely
giveaway
not
to
it.
that is he's not wearing, long pants. He's wearing shorts. Very nice calves.
Right. Well, I don't know what he is. Either he's being friendly because that's just his personality, it's the military badge, or just because, don't be rude to customers, I guess. Or a mixture of all three, I don't know.
With that insight, it's more that it's his job to ensure people's safety.
Okay.
And while he does sport some, regalia of, of the church and everything, he is not a member of the church. Which is why he's able to offer
I would
you...
know that a lot of people do that, right?
Yeah, no, that's not uncommon. The way that he got said regalia is probably he's done work with the church before and is certified to transport the mail for the church. Which is why he probably was able to afford a very nice lockbox. Because either one, he's dead and they get the letters, or 2, he blows their fucking heads off with something.
Okay. Well.
But yeah, no, he shows off the lockbox for you to inspect, and he looks at you, squats in front of it, and uses his body to block the combo, and then opens it and shows off. See, that's where my stuff all is. And in this small little compartment up in the corner, that's where I put any personal stuff. I put your name, I put everything on that. So that even if they get separate, one of the 2, if it ever is separated, one of the 2 will find its location or its way home. And also, if you want, you can do me a perception check.
Sure. God damn it.
It's pretty obvious as it's hanging off his hip. It's a very strange, tubed... It's a very early modeling of a firearm. Similar to how one of your hand cannons would work, specifically.
Okay.
He seems to have a non-magical version of it.
Right. I know how it works, so I'm quite confident that this will be fine. So, yeah, other than that, I suppose I pick up some extra scrap things. Like I pick up some cloth and buttons and ribbons and stuff. Type of embroidery shit and sewing stuff. I go to purchase some of that. and other little things. An artificer would need wood, some scrap metal,
Of course.
for the trip because I want to be prepared. And I put all that into my bag of holding, obviously. Though you'd have to tell me how much that would run me, I guess.
I'll say 3 gold.
Okay. Do we have enough feed for the horse? No, wait, we don't have that. Yeah, we do. What am I talking about?
We have 2 horses specifically.
Yeah. Do we have enough feed for them?
You see, that's the thing. You never knew how the elf was feeding them.
I'm going to go check on the horses. Are they breathing, I guess? I don't know.
Yeah, of course they're breathing. Perfectly
But
fine horses.
I guess I investigate to find out, I guess.
First of all,
Because
the animals
now
usually.
I'm... Okay. Oh, for God's
You can't get
sake.
close. But you see that they are just, wildly grazing.
Okay, so it's just probably let them feed on wild, like the surrounding nature.
You presume as much. Problem
Well,
with
I'm
wild
going...
grazing is you have to have somebody watch the horses. Which is what he did.
Right. So... I guess they will eat feed, won't they, if you give it to them?
Sure. Of course it will.
So then I'll do that. Cause
Yep. Same price as rations.
okay. I forgot how much that is.
5 silver.
Okay, well, I want to buy enough for the trip.
Technically, it'll be a gold for 2 of them. So,
Okay, I know that, but I want to buy enough for the trip, so how would that run me?
depends what route you're taking.
I guess that's something we...
You want to take
Well,
the
I guess that would be something I would decide.
You want to take the most direct route? You'll be there in under 20.
Depends if the direct route is dangerous or not.
It tends to be more dangerous, but
What
you can
kind
be
of
there.
dangers? Like,
Yes.
I'm factoring in church stuff, but...
Actually, to be fair, considering the most direct and the most safe are more or less identical. Yeah,
Okay.
they're basically identical, so...
See, I'm not worried about, like... Well, I am worried about wild animals because of the horses, but in terms of our safety, I'm more worried about, spies and the church type shit.
Of course.
Like, bandits we can handle wild animals, but that would also pose a risk to horses.
Yep. And then
So...
you gotta domesticate a wild horse.
Huh?
And then you'd have to figure out how you're gonna domesticate 2 new wild horses.
Yeah. So... That's the thing that I'm thinking about.
What about the rest of you guys?
Ah.
Lads?
For the route,
Mm-hmm. Show me what route you guys want to take.
I mean, the direct route is probably going to have the most like traffic, right? So there'd be more like bandits and shit on that one.
It's less wildlife, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and map it out for me.
Like I said, I don't think I can get onto the map right now. My laptop is being really difficult.
Well, in response to Hades's message on the board, before I guess Alba does anything, the route will need to be discussed.
Mm-hmm.
I have made materials, and I want to
I would like to state
take.
that you don't know where he is. You just know he's somewhere in this general
Well,
area.
there is still something I have to check up on
Uh-huh.
anyway. So the thing is going to be before I buy what I need for the horses, because Alba has decided she's going to take real good care of these horses since the person they're used to is gone.
Mm-hmm.
So she will have to talk to Cadis about the route
Kay just wants
and
to go back and
everything.
forth between two towns specifically.
Not really.
At least that's what he was looking like. I think he went.
Oh, right. My sheet was in the way of that.
Yeah, he was going something like this, and then he went back, forth, back, forth, back, forth.
Well, I don't mind stopping off at places, obviously, because then we can buy what we need if we need anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I also feel like that could potentially.
I'll say 20. 'Cause it just
That's
works.
true. The only thing that I'm concerned about is making frequent stops, and we go to a town that's a little more populated with certain types that could pose an issue for us.
Mm-hmm. Saber, make me
talking
2 history
about
checks.
issues?
What was that?
Oh, we're talking about frequent stops. I'm assuming someone has bladder issues.
No, traveling. But yes.
No, making frequent stops. I mean, the only reason why I need to do that if someone has bladder issues.
The horses do, actually. One of them is excessively constipated.
Well,
Yeah, I would
it's
think
more
would be
that
like a UTI or something.
we mean
like that.
stopping from each town on the way to where we're going.
Mm-hmm.
You said you wanted me to roll something?
Yes, 2 histories, please. And I hope you roll really high on the first one, personally. Ooh, very nice. And the second one? Okay, that's fine. You know the area Sostaria? Very good trading hub. Very much a wider diversity of people. Which, in Kratos, is amazing.
Well,
And
trading ports, people will always sacrifice their ideologies for money.
yeah, so a lot more trading posts and ports. You do know, of course, that the coast is basically the biggest exporters of importers of foreign goods specifically. So if you want something exotic from overseas, you'll find it here. You also know that there was reports of Warforged activity in that area.
Well,
The capital, however, jack shit about.
Well, once we get settled in and we establish possibly an inn, and so my organic companions can get subsistence, I will go off and investigate this Warforged activity.
Mm-hmm. Granted, you're not sure if it's just Warforged like yourself, or if it's just, laboring Warforged, but still.
Curiosity.
Warforged is Warforged. Indeed. So, right now they're trying to decide a route. Do you have a suggestion that they would like to take?
I will do a survival check to see if I know the best and safest route.
First of all, I haven't even found Cadis yet.
Cadus is here. He's right next to you.
I meant we were both out when I wanted to buy something, and
Yeah, but all that stuff can hand waved, and you're all back together.
okay.
So I did a. Do I know a good route?
You would know that the quickest way between towns is often safe from wildlife. However, it does have more human traffic. The most direct.
More well-traveled roads are safer.
Yeah, so you would know that, just generally in knowledge.
We will take that route, and I will suggest that this path is the quickest and most likely the safest.
Yeah.
Roads are usually guarded going in and out of merchant towns and cities.
That
It is
might
also
be,
you also have about
but
you also have about 4 to 5 fucking townships between you and your location. So you can make.
And we have plenty of time for you to do your bathroom breaks.
Yeah, you guys got plenty of fucking. Actually,
I do not have to go to the bathroom.
You guys could make several freaking trips and do a whole bunch of sightseeing if you guys really want to, and you'd get
we're
there.
trying to avoid being
Is there like
spied
the
on.
world's largest ball of yarn on the way?
With that, I will say they do have some good sightseeing areas. For instance, there's a town up north and also in the Ridge that has the world's deadliest cave. Not because it's inhabited or anything, it's just people keep going missing. One of the caves is actually called Deep Bung Cave. It's not spelled how you'd think, but that's how it is pronounced.
Well, I will. What does the group wish to do? Do you wish to go into a deadly cave?
What we want to do is
It's an excellent
Avoid-
spelunking spot.
avoid being spied on, but we also want to avoid too
There's a
many
merchant road and
beasts.
merchant towns along the road.
Of course.
Spying will most likely occur.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Why is it a problem?
Oh, right. Cadus informs you of what he found.
Cadus, what did you find?
He's typing. I'm eating chips.
No, it's not just that. They're going to eventually find out that what we gave them isn't real. I suppose.
Don't worry, Bianca. You look great at that.
Oh, wow, and we got rid of our only vampire.
Should've.
Mm-hmm. Well, temporarily. They might come back.
Okay, well, personally, that is a little bit beyond our pay grade, is it not?
Oh, you were also informed by the church that they don't need you right now. They're going to hang on to, your incentives. And they advise you to stay close together because they don't feel like hunting you all down individually.
Yeah, well.
Outside of that, you're
I
free to
leave
move around
the
the country.
final decision up to Cadus. I just need to know how long it's going to be.
Yep, good job.
In the roll 20, there's a.
No,
16. Jesus fuck. So, to get from one capital to the other, it's going to take you at least 50 days.
Okay.
How many stops would we make along the way?
4 major ones. But the average horse can go about 32 miles within 8 hours of travel. unless you want to ride them hard, in which case you can do it in 25 days, but still.
Well,
You're
I
going to
think
have
for now
some
I'll
horses that are
buy
going to eat
enough.
more.
I'll buy enough feed uh, to last us until we get to
So,
one of
are
the
you...
major stops, because otherwise they can graze if they need to.
So, how
Is
much...
the land suitable for grazing?
with your general knowledges... With your general knowledge between all of
I
you...
have that 30-20 for history.
I know. You would know that the lands, depending on the season, are, not picked clean, which is, it's not picked clean. So, wild
Yeah, I get you.
berries,
It's in between.
wild berries and stuff like that aren't plentiful for humans, but for animals and the like, it's pretty good.
We do have a cart. I suggest we do buy some oats
Mhm.
for the horses.
So,
How much?
seeing as you have 2 horses, it'll be 1 gold per day of travel, per thing of oats, which will last them 1 day, 1 feeding of oats.
Yeah, I'm not
Farmers
going to be
will
able
go
to
out of
make that
business if a
calculation,
bag of
Brian.
oats is a
If
gold.
you're heading directly there, it'll be 50 days worth of travel, so that'd be 50 gold. If you want to ride them hard, you'll have to feed them twice as often.
I want to ride them for enough for their first stop. The first stop we make.
All right. Well, that will
There's
be.
no need to ride them hard. So
Well, I don't want to do that. I'm just trying to
Yeah, you
figure
can
out
be
how
there
much I need until we make our first stop.
from here to here. A week. Riding normally.
wow, the prices here is insane. A gold for a bag of feed.
It's for 2 horses.
I mean, I can.
There's the
Just
same
written
as
out, like,
rations, so they're
D&D
5
Beyond.
silver.
It's 5 copper pieces for 10 pounds of feed
Is
per
it?
day.
Oh, well,
Yep.
I did not know that. Well, there you go then. So it's 5 copper.
God.
So that'd be 1 silver per day.
So, God, I hate this shit.
It's 1 silver. 1 silver is 10 gold, Bianca.
Wait, what?
It's 1 silver per day.
1 silver
So,
per day. 10
I say
silver.
we get at least some extra bags just in case we're delayed, but we can actually get those on the road. So we'll get 50 enough for the trip, and if you need to buy extra, we can buy them at the different way stations along the way.
Yeah, I just want to be told how much money I need to subtract. That's it.
I'd say a gold.
10 gold.
Okay.
Wait, 10 gold?
Well, the 5 gold. Well, 10 gold would buy us 100 days worth of feed.
Yeah. So, yeah, 100 days worth of feed, and that's about...
5 gold for just the 50 days.
How much?
Well,
weight is
I
that,
can
by the way?
afford it, so it doesn't matter.
That's 50 pounds.
Okay.
No, 100 pounds on the cart.
Yeah, I'm just making sure that the cart, you guys don't need to buy a second cart is all. I'm just trying to make sure of. Because all of your weights, horse.
Well,
pull.
if we're going at like general horse speed, which is what?
A horse has got that thing where they can, like, their carry weight counts as technically something as double, and then you basically multiply that by 4.
But what's their speed though?
It'll get you 32 miles a day.
Yeah, I'm actually breaking out my DM shield to look this crap up.
I looked up the average thing of a horse for riding at 8 hours. The average thing on a good ride is 32.
Yeah, a slow travel pace. This is walking. Is 18 miles per day, 24 normal. So like technically, like I don't have to be on the cart. I can like walk alongside them.
You could. But I did some quick math. You're a little bit underweight, so you should be fine.
Because it's not like I can get tired.
That too. You just put your legs on Pathfinder, and they just jog on their own while you're just reading a book and not paying attention.
I get that autopilot app for that you get in World of Warcraft when you want to sit there and cheat and farm all day.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, you guys buy up all the food, get your cart ready, and I assume you guys head out.
Well, do your humans need food, or are you going to eat the oats with the horse?
Yeah, I was just calculating that.
Huh, I was gonna eat oats.
For all of us to have 50 days of rations, it's 102 gold.
I do not need to eat.
Yeah, I made sure to take you out of the calculation.
That's good.
I can pay for that though, so I'll pay for rations for everybody.
Where are you going? If you're paying attention, I'm letting you know you don't have to buy rations for Cadiz.
Okay. So that's just 82 gold then.
Is it 82 cold?
For all of the rations for the people.
No, I didn't hear confirmation as why.
Yeah, it's fine, Bianca.
I'm just.
Hush, my little lizard.
I'm not a lizard.
Speaking of lizard, I'm trying to find where the fuck I even put my notes. 200 ways to kill my players. No. Did I put it in a notepad? I'm gonna be pissed if I put it in a notepad. Whatever. I'll look at it later. I have most of it in my head anyway. So then, travel time.
Yeah, hold on. I'm just sending one thing to you.
Yeah. Anyway, I recently moved a mini fridge to be under my desk, and I love it.
There we go. The
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That can be done enough. I'll say 6 copper.
Okay. Well, the first initial thing I give them is just to, I guess, befriend them. And so I can take a look at their harnesses and whatnot.
Yeah, no,
Because I don't know.
Everything has been well maintained, as was
Okay.
his job expectation.
Well, yeah, I know that. But, like,
How much would it
I
cost
was-
to buy the supplies just in case there's damage to our cart?
How much to what?
I already bought supplies for that kind of thing.
Okay, you did? Okay, never
To
mind.
repair the cart? Yeah,
Oh.
Alba had bought up a bunch of gear.
Okay.
Yeah. I know it was, like,
How much
his
gold?
job and stuff. I was just, like, worried because, cost and stuff for, like, leather maintenance. I don't know what quality they were in when we acquired them, I guess. So, if everything's fine, that's fine, and we can go.
Well, no, screw it. I'm just going to buy myself a horse. Because my weight just throws all the calculations on that cart pretty off.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll drop the 75 gold and buy a riding horse.
What color horse you make? What color horse you buy?
Black.
Alright. You get cupcake sprinkles.
I'll call him CS for short.
Mm-hmm.
CS, or that would be his new designation, CS.
Cupcake sprinkles is there. No, it's a very sturdy enough horse that can carry your weight with ease.
Yeah, because draft horses are too slow. War horses are too goddamn expensive. But riding horse, that can carry my weight. Max carrying capacity 480 pounds. Yeah, that has me covered.
Go ahead and roll me.
'Cause I'm sitting at 300
Saber, go ahead and
with all my equipment, and I'm pretty light on equipment too. Just warforges are just heavy as fuck.
Yes, they are. But Saber, I'm gonna need you to roll me an animal handling check. Wait, do you have riding as a skill? Yeah, you have soldier background. You should be fine.
Yeah, I'm a soldier.
Yeah. Yes, I got to do some port management. Because it just works.
1 second.
Adjusting chords. Cupcake sprinkles.
Not bad, not horrible, average.
Alright, you don't know horses very well. You just know how to ride them. As long as they fall within your standard as long as they fall within your standard programming. Oh shit.
Makes sense.
So you don't know too much about them, you just know how to treat them. Never just approach them from the behind, because that's how you get your ribs kicked in. If you're
I couldn't do this in combat. I would never take the horse in combat. I wouldn't be that proficient.
But you know at least how to ride a horse properly.
Yeah, I get you.
So always keep your hand on the horse, etc., etc. Especially if you're going behind. You know how to maintain, groom, that type of shit. So that's about it.
Cool stuff.
There we go. Chords remanaged.
And that will definitely save us on weight, because we were really kind of pushing it.
Yes, you guys were.
Hmm?
You guys are really pushing your weight.
Well, I'm carrying my...
Yeah, but you're in the cart, so the cart's
I have a bag of holding.
carrying the supplies.
I put stuff like my materials in my bag of holding.
There's also the space requirement still.
Like, my bag of holding is pretty bare right now.
Alright, good. So you fill it up with feed.
Can a cart not carry feed?
It can, but...
Bag of holding? Yeah, it can carry feed.
Well, yeah, I know that,
500
but can the
cubic feet
cart
of
not
lovely
just
space.
carry the feed? I've got, and I put, whatever. I'll just shove it in there for now.
What happens if you put the mouth of a baby? Anyway. So then, it's off. I'm gonna need you guys to roll. Actually, it's less than a week. So, yeah, you guys make it to the next town with no real issues. Next day's worth of traveling. Yeah, it's basically another fucking week. After that, where do you guys want to go from there? You guys can head. I assume you guys are going to head. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna hit the four towns on the way.
Yep. So
when we're not traveling and we're not in the town, I'll stay and watch for the entire night with Mike.
Yep.
Because I cannot be surprised at all, ever.
Let's say once we get to the first town in Sostaria, I'm gonna actually have to start trying to see if I can track down any info on the guy who Alba still hasn't told us the name of.
She hasn't. But
Oh, right.
You guys haven't had a reason to ask her. Although I suppose you guys have been traveling. What do you guys talk about?
Well, at the time I didn't say anything because there wasn't really a need to, but I would have thought I would have said something before we actually left.
Well,
Because
here,
now I
you
know
guys,
we're
you
going
guys
to
have
find
2
him.
weeks. You guys have 2 weeks of traveling. What do you guys talk about? It's your first actually 2 weeks away from the church, where you believe you're not being followed.
We'll be constantly trying to check for that, by the way. Even if I won't be good at it.
Perception,
Because I'm
investigation.
Perception. Make sure you're not being followed.
I'll definitely keep an eye out. That sounds like something I would do.
Uh-huh. Saber, what about you?
Well,
How about small?
It's a great day. It's a great day out, Saber.
Oh my god.
yes, it is.
Cupcake Sprinkles has bad gas, though, so it's kind of distracting, but also in a weird sense, comical.
Those rolls.
What was the advantage for? Oh, right. Yes, very well. Very good. But yeah, I'll let you know the conclusions of those rolls after you guys have a little bit of a character talking.
Which, by the way, for those who missed out on the shopping trip, Cadiz is wearing a robe covered in eyes.
Gross.
That just seemed to dart around randomly.
One of them just constantly seems to be trying to psychically burn a hole into Saber. The other occasionally glimpse over at the lower half of the horse as it hears a noise and a fart.
Me.
Nah, it's just focusing on anything that moves.
Cadiz himself is basically keeping his own eyes closed and just his head still swivels like he's watching. The eyes just kind of follow the movement.
Alba, do you have any questions for the group that you want to maybe bring up? Perhaps artificer questions?
I'm not sure why.
Because you guys have been traveling for a while and you guys haven't had chances to talk to each other. And I was, to my
Oh
understanding, that
yeah,
was a
but I'm not
complaint.
sure why I would bring up artificer shit.
Because you're traveling with a Warforged.
I suppose,
A
but I
proper
felt like
question-
my time
A proper
to
question
do
may
that.
be, hey, can I rip you apart?
Yeah, no. The first initial time I wanted to do that, well, not say that, but like have an interaction with the Warforged was when I got first introduced, and I didn't get that now, did I?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to make up for it, bitch.
Yeah, and I just don't know how it would come off natural any other way.
Well, anyone else have any conversations they want to have with each other while we walk?
What was
Yeah.
that?
By the way, Alba,
Jack, don't worry about it.
did you happen to catch this guy's name?
Right. His name's Valdak. Do you know who that is? Probably not, right?
History checks, everyone.
Why? I don't need to do that.
Everyone who didn't already roll.
My bad. Sorry. Wrong one.
I mean, I think it didn't fucking change jack shit, Lage. You start to think for a moment, and then a fly gets into your eye, and you get really pissed off at it for about 7 minutes.
Try to kill the fly with the greatsword.
Yeah, you start just randomly, you stand up in the cart and just are running around with your greatsword, you fall off at one point, you get up and just run after the cart.
Don't do that.
My brain's like,
You fall off, you get back up, you run down the horse while everyone's having their think. Saber.
Mm-hmm.
Your programming seems to recognize the name, but for some reason you just can't pull up the information in a sense.
I have a feeling.
Whatever it is, you know what? Give me an insight, actually. Give me an insight on yourself. Because I think this will be interesting.
I'm bad.
Whatever information is on this person that you have, for some reason you're not being allowed to access it. It's in that memory section of back when you were just a normal soldier.
I have a feeling he has something to do with the military.
And
Hilarious.
Cadus, specifically, as Saber mentions this, you think you know why. Because your head hurts. And
Yeah.
as
Well,
you're...
he doesn't.
Hmm?
I was going to just go into my explanation of who he is.
Yeah, go on.
So, right. First of all, I guess kind of he has a past with the military because he was a soldier.
Lieutenant Kratos?
Not here, no, from across the sea. The only reason people know about him over here is because he's pretty much a big boogeyman for us folk who lived and grew up here. You know, it's most of the church
I
that.
wouldn't think it is a boogeyman or a myth. I believe when I was a TI 8117 Tactical Infantry Warforged, I had information on him.
Yeah,
I cannot
what I
ask.
mean is the boogeyman for people who grew up here, as in the public who don't have extensive military, I guess, with access, and definitely the church.
So if he wasn't, was he part of the Solaris or was he?
Hmm,
If he wasn't part of Kratos.
hard to say. I don't know what his personal religion was. I do know.
Across the sea.
Well, yeah, across the sea they do things differently over there. So
Yes,
he
they do.
could be a believer of Solaris and just does it differently. I don't know.
That
All
being
I know is
Hmm?
here he's a villain. Over there he's a hero.
Mm-hmm. Cadus. The mention of, well, overseas, you get a bit of a flash in your head as you feel just the warm comfort of someone you can always trust watching over you as you think on this name. Along with it, you get like that fighting spirit building up in you. Your heart's pumping. You're grinning ear to ear as you're running towards the enemy, just under the banner of this man. And then, after a few minutes, things speed up, and a mace is coming towards your head. As you relive that same last bit of a memory.
That sounded scary.
Well, he knows the rest of it. He knows, well, he should know the rest of it by now.
I know, I'm just speaking above board.
Yeah. But no, the name itself fills you with inspirational hopes and, a we can do this, we can win type feeling. But of course, after, your memories kind of fade for a little bit, and when they come back in, you're back on the battlefield again. Very much not doing too well. Your friend, of course, goes down, and the cavalry charges with that symbol being the last thing you see. Shortly after which is a mace. But yeah, overall that would line up with what Alba had stated. Overseas, he's a hero.
Yep.
Where the fuck
Which,
is...
again, is all a part of, the propaganda mill. It's like here in Kratos, it's like, oh, he's evil, he's bad, and over there, he's their savior and shit.
He's more of a hero than a savior, but yeah.
Well, you know what I mean. It's like the propaganda. It's like, oh, our enemies think this evil man is good, and
Those filthy,
he's not
godless
good at all.
Reds. Those filthy, godless Reds.
Let's say if memory serves right, Cadiz would basically go, yeah, no, he's a bit more than just a hero. He was a leader of some sorts. One who inspired a lot of confidence in his men.
I'm sure he did. You don't get the title of hero for nothing. But I have never
One
been
man's hero
overseas,
claims
so
to be another man's terrorist.
Not wrong. Not
Hmm?
wrong. But yeah. To do. Now, as for your perception checks, after having that memory, Saber, the loud farts of your horse, of course, distract you from being the first one to see this. Alba, however, you are the second person to see it. But, Cadis, you hear a very loud screech. Well, I say loud, it's just very obnoxious. Obnoxious in the terms of it's just solid notes interchanging and the rushing of plants being crushed under heavy feet. Coming from somewhere to your somewhere off the beaten path. As the tone continues to get louder and louder, as if it is running not towards you guys, but kind of at an angle. That's not what it is. Kind of at an angle. As if it would be on a very poor interception path for you guys. But, yeah.
I feel like, well, Alba will, since we, have we stopped or?
Depends, do you?
At this sound, yeah, I think we've stopped moving.
Right. I was just wondering if we had already stopped beforehand or
I
not.
would get off my horse and tie it to the cart so it doesn't go running off on us.
Yep.
And I'll draw out my weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then followed by Alba, just, you know, since they've stopped now, hopping off the cart with her you know, the little firearm.
So, as you guys get off and...
Oh, wait. Before that, she's going to, like, pull off, like, her bag of holding, I guess, and reach inside and drag out her finished, mechanized drone thing.
Drone? Oh, right.
Well, like homunculus, but, you know.
Yes.
And, it's gonna, like, whirl to life, and she's gonna use it for scouting, I guess, so it can go ahead of her.
Very good,
So,
very good. That's a construct, if I recall correctly, right?
yes,
Okay,
but
good.
it's not too far away from her. It's just
it's
in
hovering
front,
like
so it has
about 5 or
it
10
has
feet
sight.
next to you. Yeah.
Yeah, so if it sees something before we do, then
Well, this thing's kind of hard to
it can
miss
tell.
as Saber, as it gets closer, you loosely recognize what this is. As the rest of you are met with this creature, posted in VC posting, rushing out from the woods. What it is a mechanized creation known as the Warforged, covered in what appears to be human skin. And it is currently running wildly while screeching. And, Saber, as you hear this screeching, I'm going to need you to make me a wisdom saving throw. Okay. Along with the other construct.
Oh, great.
Uh-huh.
I don't have a sheet for that. You never gave me one.
Just look up the stats and roll appropriately.
Okay, hold on.
12.
Okay.
I forgot. Did Elva hook off?
Who? No.
Alba.
Moth is still with you.
Okay.
Also, if you look in summons above your sheet, you should be able to see things.
No. God damn it.
Waiting on you to get your cherub rolled.
Yeah, but I need to look it up.
Mm-hmm. So, Saber, something in you responds almost instinctively to the noises this Warforged is making. And as your eyes kind of lock with it, you can almost feel as if it's staring into you. It doesn't take any hostile actions, and it doesn't feel like it's intruding, but it's kind of a... I can't say kinsmanship, but it's a familiarity.
A recognition.
So it'd
Yes,
just
a
be a
recognition.
wisdom, right?
Yes, just straight wisdom save.
Right. Oh.
Which, if I recall, they're brain-dead machines, so it'll probably fail. I forget, does it have any wisdom score, or no?
Nope.
Alright, so it's just straight that. Yeah. You don't know what happens to it. But it does...
What do you mean? I'm looking at it.
No, I mean...
It's in front of me.
Well, no. It's internal stuff that happens. Such as they both Saber and the machine and your construct both kind of tilt their head almost curiously and amazingly in sync with each other. As... let's see what it does. It's going to do its fight or flight, and it's going to run towards you.
What is?
I call out. I tell it to stand down.
It replies, safe, 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 as it continues to run towards you.
Is it raising up arms? Any weapons?
Its hands appear to be a bit mangled, and some of its fingers almost appear bladed. But the way it's running is more just trying to keep itself from falling forward. So it is kind of doing that hand wave thing that some people that are, like younger kids will do when they're trying to keep their balance but move quickly. But this could be construed as hostile, but you would know that it's not trying to be hostile. It's simply just trying to move quickly.
I'll tell everyone to... I'll try and get up front so you'll run into me first.
Safe.
I tell
Safe.
everyone to stand by. Do not take any aggressive actions yet.
All right. Do you let it get right up into you?
If it makes... I'm going to hold my action. If it makes any aggressive action to me, or it's going to try and attack me, I will attack it.
Nope. It is going to run up and do what you initially think is going to be a grapple. But as it does, it just kind of slams its chassis into your chassis and, drapes its arms over you while just repeating, safe, 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 safe.
I kind of give a sigh.
As you realize it's kind of trying to hug you.
What unit are you from?
Safe, 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 safe.
Oh, yeah. You're malfunctioning. Stand down and power down.
Safe, 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 safe.
Alba, I'm going to need your assistance with this.
What do you want me to do? Like a...
Oh, 1 second. I shall... Can I attempt to grapple it, to sit it to the ground with its hands behind its back?
You can certainly try.
I'm not going to do it like slam it to the ground, but I'm basically, put my weapons away and kind of pull it down with the hands behind its back, and me holding on to him to pin him down.
Yep. Go ahead, grapple check. As you move out of its way, it is going to attempt to leave your area and continue running forward.
No, I'm holding on to it. I'm
Yes.
not letting it go.
I know, but I'm still going to need a grapple check.
You mean athletics check?
Yes. Very good.
I kind of sit it down.
Yeah, you put him on his ass.
All right. With my tinker tools, and I should know this because I am one. This is a non-sentient model, so it can be deactivated, unlike me.
Insight on that one.
Yeah.
Because you don't fully know if it's sentient. It could just be malfunctioning.
Can I do an insight on my own machine? Because I'm going to be pretty worried what's wrong with that right now.
Yeah, sure.
I was going to roll on tinker tools as well.
Yeah, go ahead.
I wish I had Alva's help, though. Will you assist me
She will
first?
help, but she's just checking on her own machine
Then I
first.
shall wait until she's done checking on her
All right, Alba.
boy.
Yes.
I will state this. Something is off with your machine. Like
Mhm.
you have to give it its orders twice, which you know you shouldn't have to.
Right.
And that strikes you as a bit
What
weird.
happens if I touch it?
This Warforged is damaged. It might be causing us an effect on your toy.
That
Please assist me.
being stated, however, you could either investigate it further or you could answer Saber's plea for help.
I will reach up and like take it into my arms and head over, I guess.
Mm.
Okay, good. Now I can roll Tinker Tools at advantage.
I mean, I think
Yeah.
she would probably have advantage. I think you'd want to give her advantage, but
Yeah, I'll
okay.
give her advantage. Yeah.
I was
I
going
kinda
to.
like.
I was going to say.
Yeah, no.
I'll give her advantage.
Alrighty then.
Don't do that.
So Alba.
Don't do that. No,
Nope, you don't. No. Alba. You
You
sit.
probably have you have a better Tinker Tool percentage than I do.
She certainly does. So then,
And I
Alba.
still
You roll
Yaga,
at
shut
advantage.
the fuck up.
Mm,
So Alba, you sit down and get to work.
well, listen, I want to describe how I do this. Alba is not someone who just digs into a machine. She's someone who does it with caution and precision, okay? So
Yeah, I
even
know.
if it's a bad check, she's doing it slowly.
Yep.
I just stare at her doing it's like this is a machine for war. It can handle a little
Yeah,
rough and tumble.
well, Alba ain't
Alba, as you
doing
say that, of course, you do know that some of the this model of Warforged tends to have it's to get at its processors and stuff. It tends to have a very sticky release key. Unfortunately, you don't have the proper key for that, but your tools will work. So you line up in awe. You take your hammer and you just smash it right in there. And its faceplate pops open, flinging the human face that had flayed off onto your face.
terrorized
Wisdom saving
halfling
throw.
screams.
Yeah, wisdom
Oh,
saving throw
God.
at disadvantage, please.
Why disadvantage?
Because a human face just landed on your face. Also, it's the price of failing. Yeah, you're
You had
currently...
advantage and you failed.
Yeah, yeah, she rolled really low.
Because yeah, I rolled low and my both rolls were the same,
She rolled 2 4s.
basically.
But yeah, you are currently under the effects of fear for the next 6 seconds.
Wait, I
Act
don't.
accordingly.
No, halfling has brave.
Yeah, she can't be feared.
Okay, so
I have
then you sit there
advantage
for...
on saving throws against being frightened.
Okay,
With
then. So yeah, you
advantage,
actually... Then you get the 18, then. So, a human face lands on your face. You sit there for a moment, hyperventilate, and then just grab the face, pull it off as you breathe out, and place it just gently over the cart as if you were hanging out laundry.
Yeah. I'm used to things exploding. I just don't
Projecting their
expect
human faces.
them to hit in. Yeah,
This
I
will
just
not
don't
explode on
expect
you.
it. In this environment.
Mm-hmm. Saber, I'm gonna need another wisdom saving throw.
I'll be right back real quick.
Very good, very good.
I know it's affecting me. Something's affecting me, right?
At this point, you do feel kind of the intrusion now
Okay.
of, wait a
I'm
minute,
just-
what the
I'm
fuck
gonna
was
run
that?
I'm gonna cut off its head.
Alright. You're just gonna straight up remove its head?
Since I have it, grappled down, yeah, I'm just gonna
Go for it.
cut off its head.
Yeah. Alba's right next to it, though, so... Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, it's incapacitated. I get advantage.
Yeah, I'm aware. Go ahead. Very good. And damage? Just double checking everything. Yeah, alright. Yeah, you bash it into the side of the head, but it's still standing. Well, I say standing, but you know what I mean.
Sorry, let me re-roll that. I have to roll that at advantage.
You go to solid boop. You already did roll the first thing with advantage.
Oh, well, both would hit either way.
Yeah, you rolled 2 16s.
Yep.
But yeah, you do your plink plink, but it's still sitting there going safe, 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 safe.
Bonus action attack.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it, forgot to roll that advantage again, too.
I don't think you rolled the first thing anyway.
Well, doesn't matter. Does a 16 hit?
Yes. Yeah, you just basically beat this thing into unconsciousness.
No, I'm taking its head off.
Oh,
It
okay.
attacked me.
Well, then you're going to have to do a little bit more damage.
Action surge.
Mm-hmm.
And it's unconscious, so it's an automatic double damage hit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just basically, after a while, just put your foot on your blade and just cut through all the circuitry.
It was trying to attack me. I kind of stand up and like grab my head.
Go ahead and give me an
I, look
insight.
I start looking around to see if there's any more out there.
But first, give me an insight. See what if it was trying to do to you.
I have no idea.
No idea.
It was an intrusion, and I
It was trying to interact with old programming that was there.
I am a sentient mind, and it was trying to interact with the non-sentient parts that I used to be.
Possibly.
Oh, that's how I'm taking it. I didn't like it at all.
Yeah,
It was
no,
like,
it was very much somebody was sticking their fingers
Like-
in your ear and wiggling
yeah,
a
like
bit.
trying to give me a command. That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah.
I'm not going back to that situation.
Uh-huh. However, that being said, as you thoroughly remove this thing's head, you hear horses. Not your own horses. And they're quickly they're quickly coming down the path towards you guys. As it appears to be 3 men on horseback. Well, 3 men on horseback. Wearing
Draw my
medium armor.
weapons.
Wearing medium armor, hoods, and insignias you guys don't recognize. Of course, after they
wait.
get within about 60 feet, they do slow down and begin to shout at you, but then quickly
State your
realize,
business.
well then, it appears let's solve that conundrum.
I look back to the the beheaded warforged. It's like, is this your property?
Not mine, sir, but one of the locals. One of the worker unions had lost one of the machines that have seemed to have, had a bit of a malfunction.
It attempted to attack me.
He's going to do a check on you. Try and figure out. Because you are of a distance. Look, sir, I'm sure that you have business with the church and all, and you'll be properly we'll make sure that it will properly compensate you, of course. But for right now, we will require the body, as we suspect it may be part of some sort of domestic threat.
It most likely killed an organic, a human.
That is exactly what we suspect, sir, but we also suspect there may be other types of, how you say, escapees.
Approach, collect your property.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of look down at Alba. Sorry, you won't be able to get a toy to play with.
The fuck?
Yeah, Saber just
I'm just really confused what he's talking about.
He just
I
beheaded the
see how
fucking
you
warforged.
eye me.
Right, but I didn't really want to play with the thing. I'm more concerned about my
That being said, though, however,
work.
as the person talking does get closer, he does actually quickly look at the machine and then to Saber and realize, oh, that's actually it. That's a Warforged. And the recognition on it stops, and he stops a good 40 feet away.
I am not like the machine that I was forced to destroy.
I'm certain, sir, but I am going to have to request that you drop your weapons.
No.
But
You can take your property.
Then I'm going to have to ask you to at least put your distance away, then.
I step back so he can get to it without wetting his pants.
He continues to wait for you to continue to back up.
oh my
How
god.
far
I
are you willing to
sheathe-
go back?
I sheathe my sword and war pick. We can be civilized, can we not?
I'd certainly hope so. He continues to wait for you to continue to back up.
Oh, forgot. I'm just going to just take the thing over to him. This is taking up a lot of our time.
Give me a sec.
Is this common with your Warforged? Are they malfunctioning a lot?
No, but I assume that... Well, you're clearly not from around these parts. Overall, this is actually quite a rare event of things, as the man allows you to approach.
Yeah, as soon as, like, I've handed it over to him, I'm going back to my...
Can I make it just a quick tertiary since I've been around it and look at it, do a quick investigation to see if I see any of the ruins that might be similar to the ruins that experimented on me?
Sure, give me an investigation. Because you might find something interesting.
I'm rolling really well.
You did. You don't spot any similar runes, but there is something in its neck. What appears to be a piece of paper.
I believe I might have encountered experiments going awry before. You should be careful.
So what we try to do... That's why we were sent here, specifically.
Alright,
Alba, since you are carrying it, can you grab that piece of paper I dropped on the body? And I eye the paper that I spotted.
Alba, insight.
well,
Saber didn't drop any paper. What's he talking about?
I'm not that stupid, Brian.
I know.
Yeah, her intelligence should be pretty high as an artificer.
Yeah, I will just take it.
Yep.
It's
I was
stored
going
somewhere.
to ask if I could sleight of hand it, but since he outright asked me, I'll just take it.
Actually, they would technically have to roll an insight, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they would.
Almost as bad as their first roll that they made. I should mention, they did basically a nat 1 to try and to notice that you were Warforged. Followed by a 19, followed by a 14,
So it's probably
followed by
like
a 2.
If
some
this,
security guard who doesn't get paid enough for this.
Basically, yeah.
if this problem continues, I would start looking for an elf. Don't know what name she goes by now, but an elf by the name of Tyre Vatumol.
Well,
An
regardless,
artificer that has a habit of experimenting on Warforged.
well, I guarantee you there's no elves that are qualified to experiment on any Warforged in these parts, sir. However, we will at least keep the name in mind if anything continues. But no, this has been a recent phenomenon, and we are aware of who is responsible behind it. However, we are not giving clearance to tell you about it, just that you want to have a
Interesting.
safe travel. And to make sure that all Warforged and construct types are at least cleared. To make sure they're not demonstrating any signs of excessive hostilities or malfunction.
Alright, we get it.
Yeah, so yeah,
I
Alba, you pick up the piece of paper and pocket it and drag the robot over.
yeah.
I need to roll something. Alrighty then. Yep. Your machine.
Would I not strength it?
No, you can
Because I have
just
pretty well.
easily drag it over to them, and they come over with the
Okay.
2 horses and pick it up and load it up onto it, and just
Right.
give you a simple tip of the hat and ride off.
Right, great. I hurry
Since they
over to
didn't
my.
ask for it, and once they are a good distance away, I go pick up the head.
Yep.
And I toss it in the cart.
Well, seeing as I'm over, I'm going back over to my I don't have a name. I haven't christened this thing yet, but I hand over the note he wanted to him.
I take it.
Mm-hmm.
Anything I recognize on it?
I'm gonna need another wisdom saving throw. Very good, very good. It takes a part of your brain again. It doesn't feel attacking, though. It's just more probing rather than anything. The equivalent of what you're looking at is... I'm trying to remember, what the hell are those Scantron codes that you can see?
Punch cards?
No, not punch cards. It's essentially just a bunch of squares and shapes that to anyone else would mean absolutely nothing, but to you mean something as a robot. As a construct, specifically.
I fold it up.
Yep. But it does tell you a name. Mecha.
Mecha.
Specifically, Mecha shall save.
I am getting a very, very strong feeling of deja vu. Well, at least I saved the head for you to play with, Alba.
I don't want to play with it.
All artificers are the same.
Safe.
No, I don't want to play with pre-existing technology. I play with my own toys, built with my
Safe.
bare hands.
The head's still talking.
Yes. Safe.
I use my tinker tools to disengage the voice box.
Alright, go ahead.
I break it.
You take your hammer, you light up the awl, dink! Half its
No, like-
face plate falls off. As you realize, oh wait, I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, it was worth a shot. I'm proficient in tinker tools, but
Yeah.
I went to grab the screwdriver, but I grabbed the hammer instead. It was a complete accident.
Well, no, the thing is, you saw what a kid or Alba had done.
Mixing up the halflings.
They're all short fuck things that annoy me.
They are too annoy you.
There are several things I said in that one thing.
Halflings are awesome.
Whereas, but yeah, the Saber, you just grabbed instead of a screwdriver, you grabbed the awl and the hammer and just went dink, and its faceplate just fell off.
Well,
On the other hand, new faceplate. And it's
I
just
guess
your
that's
size.
any serial numbers? Is it like a tactical infantry? Is it a stealth unit?
That'll be investigation. No, it'll be some type of intelligent roll. That would be, I'm going to say...
Investigation is intelligence.
Ah, okay then. I'd say investigation, or... Is history intelligence? It should be.
Just use intelligence.
Yeah, investigation or history.
I probably don't know if that roll.
No, not too well. Could be a worker unit, could be an ex-soldier unit, could be infantrymen, could be special forces, for all you fucking know.
Yeah, it's something I can study later.
Could be Navy. You don't fucking know. But it's got a cool faceplate.
Well, that's something.
Huh.
I wipe off the blood.
Yeah.
I
And it just
feel
continues
like-
to every half hour or so. It just goes safe.
I will. Can we stick this in your bag of holding so it doesn't annoy us as much?
Oh, fine, I guess.
Save.
Open it up.
Stuff in the bag of holding.
Mecha.
I catch what it said as it went in since I'm literally holding this thing open.
Said mecha shall, and then you dropped it in and disappeared into the void.
Okay.
Because my note said Mecha shall what?
Shall save.
Mecha shall save.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen malfunctioning Warforged before.
Saber, you specifically, and only you, can give me a history check.
I don't know about anything other than the one that was involved in my story.
Mecha, mechanical. That's funny. Coincidences. Ah, well,
Yeah.
I'm sure it's nothing to worry about, and not at all the works of, cults or religious work or anything. Anyway.
It couldn't possibly be someone related to mechanics. I mean, that's just silly talk, right?
That'd be silly.
But
Totally not a religion. We swear.
we should be careful about this town, and I maybe suggest avoiding it. Long time ago,
Long ago.
a member of the experimental unit that I was a part of malfunctioned. His name was the Unmaker. And after killing about 300 innocent civilians in a small town called Fallows Hollow.
Oh, there it is. No, that's
Shut up, Brian.
Sorry, I'm just going over stuff in my head.
We were able to surround it and kill it.
Oh, wait, I think I mispronounced its name. I apologize. Give me a moment.
You were trying to say Mechanus, right?
No. Actually, go ahead and roll me a D100. Actually, no, wait. This wouldn't be it because based off of the manifestation. Never mind. It would be Omnisciac. Omnisciac. Amnesiac saves.
And if this Amnesiac is anything like the Unmaker, that town could be in a lot of trouble, especially if it's
If there's something in the name Amnesiac that I can pick apart, because names have origins and meanings and stuff.
Best you'd be able to get is present.
Eh.
Well, sure. Go ahead and give me intelligence.
Ugh.
Words are hard. You don't talk to people.
The fact that it can so easily
I don't talk to people, but I
attempt to attack my mind is. I don't like that, and
Anyone else present that heard the name can also roll me intelligence to try and pick the name apart.
I only asked
But
because
I fear, since there's a possibility that I can be attacked again by these these malfunctioning constructs.
well,
Catus, Lage, and Alba. Words are hard.
well,
As
I
you
have-
all roll below 10.
damn it. Well, I have a little bit of experience with making headwear, so maybe, I've been
Can you
thinking
make me something
I should.
that can protect me from being attacked, my mind being attacked?
Yeah, I was starting to think I should probably make one for this little guy, but I don't see why not I can't make another one.
Because if we are going to investigate what's going on, I don't want to be put in a situation where I become infected.
Well, what time is it right now? Like looking up at the sky.
It's pretty early.
What? Like in the morning or?
It's before lunch.
Okay. Well, I guess at our next, I think we should get moving, seeing as, yeah, I wouldn't want to stay too long here after what happened.
I agree with Cadis on this one.
Oh. Hmm. Well, what I mean is, at nightfall, I feel like we shouldn't be moving during the nighttime.
I mean, most of you guys just sit quietly at night and sleep, so.
Yeah, well, what I was thinking at night, or before we go to bed, I would start drawing up my plans of this.
If you can assist me with this, we can maybe assist this town with its warforged problem.
Well, sure, as long as it's mechanical and I could probably pull it off. But I need to draw up a prototype. And I'll probably test it on this guy, since he's also a prototype.
Well, then we should do what needs to be done before we approach this in any other fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Right, so I guess I'm gonna head back to the car. I'm going to, it would be like depowering, I guess. I just put him back in his little, I'm not keeping him in the bag anymore. I'll just put him in the seat next to me.
Uh-huh.
And it's not necessarily a thing that, I don't shut him off, but it's not necessarily a thing that gives him power. It's more like,
yeah, you just put him in standby. He just sits there and just, occasionally twitches.
He should give him a pat on his little head.
What's your little android fellow look like, by the way?
He's very round.
I mean, do you have like a picture for him, or?
I gave you one, so I'll just describe it.
We've sent many pictures between each other, Bianca. You're gonna have to.
I guess I could send a new one, but it's very basic. It's very round. It has something and it has ears like a rabbit.
Like, this is the only round thing that I know.
What? Hold on.
In VC posting.
Oh, well, he sent me a DM too, so.
Yes. That's the only round thing I know.
No, not him.
This is what it looks like.
No, not him.
It's a happy little island. It's a nightcap.
Yeah, it's not him. It's a basic, it's like a sphere. It's a sphere, and those ears on its head that look like bunny ears. When it's actually activated, those spin around like a whatchamacallit?
Ah, yes.
Propeller.
The whatchamacallit.
It's like a propeller. So when it's active, those ears spin around and propel. Blah, I can't speak. Whatever, you get it. It's very red. It's very
red.
White. Oh, its bottom half is red and painted with white flowers and shit.
It's very red.
Just looks like a really fat little hovering bunny rabbit.
Poggers. Yes.
Alba likes to stylize her creations very much. No, it's not a rat. Stop telling me horrific things.
It's not horrible.
Anyway. I'm going to put picture wall.
Anyway.
Everyone's.
But yes. So, now that experience is out of the way, I assume you guys continue on your way.
Well, we don't want to get too close in town because if they have a lot of warforged workings there and they're having issues.
I would also like to state you guys just crossed the border.
I'm hesitant. I want to investigate this, but I do not want to become a a victim to whatever's affecting these warforged.
What? Has it already been asked how far we are away from this town?
You guys have a map, and you guys are avid travelers by this point, so you guys know where you're at. You can either travel north, which, probably a day or
Well,
two. Both towns are a
seeing
day or two, but you don't know which
as
town they came from because you guys never asked.
right. Well, seeing as
Or you guys could go backwards.
right. Well, seeing as I also
Yes.
as I have a skill set that could help with this, I don't mind helping in this case.
Mm-hmm.
So I look at the map and I look at where this guy came from or what direction. Yeah, we could also
you
use
don't know. You just know that
Cadis's.
he'd probably come from somewhere in the immediate area, which both towns are equally 6 days away. So this was really the worst place for you guys to encounter this thing.
I thought all the towns were pretty much
I'm gonna do a history on both of the towns and
what was that, Saber?
see. Oh,
nothing. We'll just.
No, what was the question?
We are following a set path.
Yeah.
So does the road split to go to these two separate towns, or somehow
at some point it does, but you haven't encountered said split. Actually, if you guys moved up probably like half a day, you would see the split. One goes one way, one goes the other.
Does that guy look like he was traveling a few days? Been traveling a few days.
The 3 men, or the machine?
I guess the 3 men, because I thought there was only one.
No, there's 3 of them. Only one was talking. The other 2 were in case something had to happen.
Right. I guess I want to think back to how they looked. Like, did they have an official seal? Or did it look real?
They had a seal, but none of you recognized it or did a check on it. You can do a post check, however, it will be slightly more difficult.
I will do a post check then.
Before we go into any town, let's make sure you have the magical items that will protect me.
Yeah, I will.
Made. And then if we go in the town, they don't have a warforged problem. We'll go to the next town.
Right, I will.
If we have to drag it out like that.
Make that thing. However, because of the direction they went in and the direction we were going in, I'm a little skeptical.
I previously stated where it had came from, but that's up for you guys to remember.
No,
yeah,
because our characters are completely different when it comes down to information retention than it would be us personally.
Fair enough then.
Yeah.
You guys, when you were heading this way, it had approached from the right.
Right, and they had approached a different way, right?
They had approached directly on. As if on an intercept path. Because they were on horseback and this thing was on foot. Therefore, it could travel through the brush with ease, while the horses would struggle.
So, did they come in the same direction or not?
They headed somewhere from the split and intercepted with you.
Right. So, I guess they probably came in the same place.
Okay, guys, this is above the game here. We're making it more fun we have. We make better to go to the first town. If that's not the town, then we'll have to double back and waste our time to go to the next town. There's no sense playing games over or being cutesy about it.
Yeah, you're literally just theory crafting and spinning your wheels.
Okay. It's just I was
it's just
thought maybe they weren't who they were saying they were. That's what I was trying to gather, but it's fine.
I understand what you're
guess.
trying to get at, but we got to move forward. And if we get tricked or something like that, so be it.
Right. Oh,
It's not a big deal.
So which town?
Does
It
Saber
doesn't-
have
the town we were going to on the path that we were traveling.
All right.
And
right?
if that's
But
not it,
does
we'll go to the next town. If it's, since we're dealing with this situation.
does anyone else in our group have the vehicle proficiency so they could drive this thing?
Saber does, I think.
I mean, I can ride a horse. When it comes, in all honesty, it's not rocket science to move a cart if we're really going to make it that it's going to be requiring a skill check.
No, it doesn't
Okay,
require a skill
I'll
check.
try.
It just requires the skill itself. That's all.
I can do the vehicle.
Yeah, you understand how to lead a horse via reins for long periods of time without killing it. The amateur amongst you wouldn't know how to do that. Granted, this is 2 horses, but you're a soldier.
And
You have the soldier
granted,
background,
the
so you're
horses-
used to driving carts.
The horses know what.
I thought you had Heart of Darkness
The
background
horses
or
aren't
whatever.
stupid. The horses aren't going to let themselves get. They have no loyalty to the person. The
No,
horses aren't going to work themselves to death.
I'm just stating that in the case of in an extreme case, i.e., if you try to steer it away from something you can see and it can't see, it'll continue running forward if you didn't have the thing, and probably, let's say, for a mine, it would run over the mine and blow up and kill both of you.
I'm just
if you
asking
have
if
the skill
anyone has
proficiency,
land
you can still
vehicles
teach it even in a
proficiency.
panic to avoid the mine. That's the difference.
I guess I'll just keep driving this thing. I was just
No, I'll drive it. You make the magical item.
Saber,
That's more important.
Saber also has the thing.
okay, right then. What about the third horse?
What about the third horse? He just ties it to the cart and goes along with him.
Right,
Yeah.
okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
Then I will work in the back of the cart on these mind shield things.
Mm-hmm. So what are you going to build?
I guess I will tailor it to suit what Saber looks like so it doesn't stand out. Because if someone wants to target it specifically, like, I want to at least make sure it's camouflaged well.
Oh, isn't it the artificer can make a ring of mind shielding?
I think so.
So it's just a ring. It's not like a headband, I believe, right?
Yeah, but she wants to flavor it, she can flavor it.
Yeah, that's what I
They
usually
can
do.
as long as it functions as a similar item that she can make, I will allow it. I.e., I want to make brass knuckles that fire, firebolt out of it. It's like, all right, well, that's just a basic spell of firebolt that's infused in that, blah blah blah.
Yeah. Well, I basically just make it so it's well suited to Saber's needs and specifications, I guess.
I mean, you have a spare faceplate you can work on that he so graciously freed the previous Warforged of.
Well, if he'll give it to me, I'll make sure to just...
Whatever's needed to make the device.
Right. Well,
I'm not saying you have to use the faceplate. I was just making like a suggestion. I mean, you could do that, make it look cool. That way,
well, yeah.
instead of attuning to a ring, he literally just swaps his face out.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I would just make it so it's like a see-through thing that he can put over his face and it doesn't like distort or change him or anything.
Yeah, face mask.
Right.
Or, yeah, whatever you need.
Basically, he can just put it over the face, like his own face, without swapping anything he has on now. Like, he just puts it over his face he has now, and it's just...
Yeah, I guess you could do something like that, too. You could, make it so it just pops on and pops off.
Yeah.
So he's wearing a Warforged face on his Warforged face.
Well, I just make it so it looks see-through, so it just blends over his current face.
Man, That Warforged was wearing human flesh. How weird. Puts on another of his own species' face on his face.
Well, I don't have to use that.
Or
I could
just
just
make a ring.
use it as a
Yeah.
template.
I was just saying that'd be funny. But, yeah, go on.
And that's
Yeah.
what I do. That's how I make it.
Are you actually capable of knocking that out, or...?
Hold on. Actually, I guess I should see
Yeah.
what
just wanna
list
make
of
sure you're
magic items I
capable
have.
of
I have
doing
to
that.
pull up the thing because I didn't add it. I mean, I added the infusion onto my list, but
And
I
remember,
don't have
seeing
the
it,
magic
it will
items.
cost you an infusion slot to make sure you are prepared for
Oh
that.
wait, I might not have that.
Yeah. It'll cost you an
Fuck.
infusion slot, and if I recall, you have a repeating shot on something? Do you?
My repeating.
No, you don't have
No,
repeating shot on
no,
anything.
my.
Because you don't
I
have
do have repeating shot. I put it on my magic eldritch cannon.
Ah, okay, so yeah, that has repeating shot. You
However,
have the bag of
the
holding,
magic-
and you have...
Brian, the magic item I make doesn't eat up infusions. My magic item infusion that I can do has a set list of how many I can make.
Ah,
Yes.
so you over limit?
I think I can make 2 right now, and I only have 2.
Yeah, you have the bag of holding and something else. What was it?
Sending stones.
Right. So you cannot make the magic item then.
Yeah. I guess
No
if
offense,
I...
but your homunculus doesn't need one. You just don't keep it in the bag of holding because it's not like it's.
No, it doesn't take infusions. She can just only make 1 item is all, or 2 items is all.
And I already have made 2 magic items anyway. So unless I... Yeah, disenchant the stones.
Also, weren't you planning to send one of those stones off to try and find Velrak?
Yeah, but I guess we moved past that, so it doesn't matter anymore. I'll just disenchant the stones and work on the mind shielder.
Yep, yeah, rip apart the walkie-talkies, and it's like, no, my scrap metal.
Yeah, and then I'll just do Aquan's thing.
Mm-hmm. That is within your
Hopefully-
capabilities, correct?
Give me a moment.
That's what you were originally checking for.
Yeah. I was thinking it would just be something I can do with my tools and not make it out of magic, but
No.
because that way, even if it was targeted magically, it wouldn't, like, would have
You
that
have to make a
extra.
magic item. There's no
Yeah.
no way around it.
Where the fuck is it? There it is. No. I cannot.
Oh. Well, then there
So
you go.
this was an exercise in futility.
My replicate magic item thing, I can do again at 6th level. However, it's not even on that list at 6th level. I get a really long list at 10th level, again, and 4th level. However, we are nowhere near that yet.
1 second.
I have the list, but you'd have to scroll down to get replicate magic items. I was hoping I could do it technologically, since that's how I've been flavoring things, but it's not on my list anyway right now.
Yeah, it's kind of out of your reach.
Yeah, annoyingly.
Hmm.
Like, I like the milestones thing, but when there's something you need and there's no way to fast track it, and like leveling up is the only way to get there, it's
So this
a
is.
bit annoying.
There's no way of protecting me at all.
I can't answer that question.
Is it something I could work out?
You may certainly try.
Right, what do I roll for that?
Give me a sec.
Uh-huh.
I just want to
Oh,
point. I just want to put that out
Brian.
there. Yeah, that's Bianca.
You can add or remove items from the list if you okay that. It's part of the instructions.
Isn't that item already on that list though?
At a further level, I believe it is.
1 second. What type of quality level of item are we talking about here first? I thought it was like an uncommon item, just a green. Ring of mind shielding.
Yeah, Ring of Mind Shielding is a 10th level thing I can make.
Well, it's already on the list, so no. Also, I just want you to
That's crazy. That's on the list at 10th level.
Well, to be fair, you wouldn't be encountering much other psychic things prior to
You can
that.
make an orb of protection of psychic attacks.
The only things I can make right now are the Alchemy Jug, Bag of Holding, Cap of Water Breathing, Goggles of Night, Rope of Climbing, Sending Stones, Wand of Magic Detection, and Wand of Secrets.
Oh no, you're missing a whole lot off your list.
Yeah,
missing a
that's
ton.
at 2nd level though. Apparently
At
on this
4th level,
list.
what you can create. You can create Alchemy Judge, Arm Blades, Arm Weapons, Band of Loyalty, Beads of Nourishment, Beads of Refreshment, Blowgun Needle, Boots of False Tracks, Breathing Bubble, Candle of the Deep, Cave of the Water Breathing, Photographer's Map Case, Cast Off.
Is the blowgun a magical item?
No.
Well, it's a magical blowgun.
Oh, right. Well, this thing that I'm looking at is for magic items only. Like, non-magic items, I assume I can just make.
Charlatan's Die.
Where is this list?
Cleansing Stones. This is off of, I'm on D&D Beyond. This is the official list.
Hey, give me a sec.
Clockwork Amulet, Cloak of Many Fashions.
The point is, however, she can't make the item that you're asking her to make.
She can make the Orb of Shielding Psychic.
Let me double check. Where are you seeing this? Because I'm looking for it and I'm not seeing it.
For Artificers in D&D Beyond.
Yeah, I'm looking all over D&D Beyond's pages for Artificer
You need to
subject.
screenshot what you're looking at? Because
Sure.
I think that'll be enough.
Or a link.
Link, screenshot, either
I quickly built a
or
4th level
both.
Artificer, and it's right there. I'll screenshot it. 1 second.
Or a link.
I can't link a character like that. It wouldn't work.
Oh, you're doing it off of a character sheet.
I'm doing because it's the quickest way to grab it. To grab the list.
Well, I do not see. Give me a sec. 5e Artificer replicate items. I've looked on Wikidot. I've looked on Reddit.
Right. On this list is just a standard list. Alternatively, I can choose a magic item from among the common magic items in the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was
So-
looking at that. I was noticing they all have common in factor.
Yeah.
But the problem also is they have other things that aren't
Bag of
common.
Holding is uncommon.
Yes, they also have things that are uncommon as well. So I believe it is up to the DM, and I'm going to say no.
Frig you.
Yeah. I'd also like to state, you guys do know that following plot hooks help you guys level up, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
but
do, but
following
it's hard to
plot
tell
hooks-
which one is and not.
Well, no. The problem is that we've been shown a clear and present danger that my mind can be taken over easily. I am not the
You
most.
don't know what effect it would have had on you.
I have a good. It is acting crazy,
I
and
feel
I have a feeling
like
it will make me do the same thing. I have a very is in my past is my background of having
okay.
to face
Hold
down
on a
one
minute.
that went berserk. So yes, my character would be very suspicious and feel that it could be a threat to him. That
Above
if this thing takes over my mind, it would have control, and I gain my sentience, and I do not want to be controlled again.
Huh?
So
above
this is wrong
game,
within my character.
above game. I know what Brian is talking about,
Uh-huh. But anyway, so
and I
you
know
guys
you'd
get to
be
this town.
fine. Hold on, Brian.
Well, no, we're
And I
gonna get
know
into
you.
meta talk, so I can
I
state
I
this:
want to
I have
level up
no.
so I can do
Like
more
I said,
shit.
I would love to help the town, but we're kind of in a predicament where I'm in fear that I would threaten the group because of
You
this
guys
encounter I
go
had with
into
this
life-threatening
berserker.
situations every fight you guys go in.
But I do not want to be in a position where I turn around and I'm actually killing my teammates because I've been taken over and someone is taking control of me.
Then, seeing as she can't make a magic item, the logic would simply state avoid other Warforged.
Like I said, we're still going to do it. We just have to pick the town because we can't metagame into the proper town to save us time.
Uh-huh. That being stated, however,
well-
this is not the proper town.
Then we go to the proper town.
Which town?
The one that was at the other end of the fork.
Does it matter?
Kinda, yeah.
The one that's on the end of the
We
split
only
that
had
we
two
went down.
options, and now you're saying there's more than two options?
Yes. I said it came from the north. You guys were traveling
Then we-
westwards, it came from northwards. There's other
Then we
things
go
up
northwards.
north.
Okay, we're
Right.
really going to play this game?
We go northwards then,
Alright. You're gonna
and
take...
if there are people on the road, we ask them where.
And Aquin, as
which
for
way
moving
to, like-
the whole quest objective thing, yes. This is actually a very specific thing written in, that it is
Then-
a very specific
Then give it
location.
to us and not sit there and waste time running around in circles. Because that's what we're doing.
Right. Well,
I've been doing that for...
as soon as I see someone on the road, we ask them which town
Which town's having issues with
holds.
the Warforged?
Yeah, that or which town holds the facility where they're kept.
Alright then, you are informed in this town that you've arrived in, that Warforged are often used for manual labor and so forth. Therefore, most of them are usually up north mining. However, other Warforged have been spotted along the coasts as well, and in capital and the military section, as Sastaria is quite proud of their wondrous machines.
And that's where we go.
We go north. If it's not north, we go south. We'll keep on going to wherever we need to go, and we can yada 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 until we find the proper town.
Alrighty then, so you head up north. That's another 10 days, I think? Yeah, 10 days.
Is that where we were originally heading anyway?
No. You guys were
Okay.
originally going to go boop, boop, and boop. For the capital. So,
Are they talking about the capital?
that's where you guys had planned to go, you know.
Bianca, it doesn't matter anymore.
Alright.
Was your original goal.
Right, whatever. We're going. We go to find this town.
Okay, give me a sec. Right
I
then.
will stay on alert constantly.
Mm-hmm.
The closer we get.
Let me just roll something.
And I also show people, I show my party on one of these days. I don't look at it, but I show them the piece of paper. And I advise them, if you see this stuff, don't call my attention to it, and destroy the markings if you can. Because this could be sending out a signal to Warforged.
Well, seeing as it's machine related, I'll take it.
Cadus
So-
asked you a question.
Oh. Who? Oh. Sure. My
Just to
thing
save
is...
you the time, I'm going to say you didn't destroy your sending stones.
Okay, well,
Yeah, seeing how she would have known that she wouldn't have been able to make
Yes.
the rain.
yeah. So, I guess the thing
I've met DMs who say, "Okay, so you destroy your sending stones, cool," and then after you find out that you can't do it, it's like,
Yeah,
"Oh, you destroyed your sending stones." So
yeah, we're not...
I have
Well,
met
yeah,
ass.
you
Those
don't...
are
You're not
horrible
doing
bad
that.
DMs, and you should never play with them.
Yeah, I'm currently stuck in a game with one of those people.
I would just.
Are we?
No, I can tell you factually because remember when Bork had woken up and I was jokingly going to bash my head against the wall to, open I forget what it was, and he's like, "All right, you take 1 point of damage and you fall unconscious."
I thought you were serious about that.
No, I even said no, nigga. I'm joking.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't...
So like
well,
I
I
said,
don't remember.
asshole players or asshole DMs, gotta hate them.
Right,
But I'm
well...
sticking out because Bianca wants to play. So then.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm tired of being thrown out of games and not getting to play an actual character I love playing.
Yeah, you mean both. So then. Alba.
Anyway.
Cadus's request.
Yes, and since I have the sending stones, I'm like, well, I could send my little guy over. I think he should be able to make the journey.
He has a construct, he doesn't need to sleep, and he could travel forever, basically.
Yeah, the
problem is...
thing I'm worried about...
Wait, you're going to send a construct...
Yeah, that.
Where you have a messaging stone where you can do it instantly?
No. Sending stones can only communicate with each other.
Yeah, so I would hold one sending stone. I would give one to my little guy's compartment with the note. I was originally going to do this before, but I guess I didn't get around to doing it because of the fucking thing that happened with the tablet or whatever. Wait, no.
Regardless,
I don't remember what happened.
You never handed him the stone. The sending stone, specifically.
Yeah, what I do is I give a sending stone to my machine.
Mm-hmm.
And... right, we don't know where he is. Fuck. I should have done it. That's what I thought I was doing it, but... I guess something distracted.
Well, we can't do it, so we move along.
You can still send your machine off to look for him.
I guess. Alright.
Okay, the machine does not know where he's at.
No.
Its range and distance is only 1,000 feet.
Is it?
Away from you.
Oh, yeah, the sending stone is, yeah.
Ties,
right.
not the sending stone, the homunculus.
Is it?
It's like a familiar.
Give me a sec. The session where everyone...
the homunculus must be within 120 feet of me, apparently.
Yeah,
oh, wait,
like
no.
Familiar.
The homunculus delivers a spell that you cast.
Yeah, only if you
as a range of touch. But, hold on.
Nope, you can send it as an emissary, meaning that, or messenger. Homunculus are invaluable servants for a spellcaster engaged in secret experimentation or adventuring. So with that statement alone, and others, I would state that...
But the sending stone has a range.
Yes, the sending stone has the range, is the problem, yes. However, the homunculus does not.
And it can't speak right now, so... it understands languages I speak.
I was going to say...
Well, it understands, but it doesn't speak them.
Yeah. So it could write.
Well, I do have the note, but... the problem is finding him in the first place, so...
And it also has an intelligence score of 10, so...
Yeah, so, no, I'm not going to send it out...
It's got a -2.
When I don't know if it'll come back or not. So, yeah, not doing that. We're going on our goal. We'll keep our ears to the ground in whispers of Valrak, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Cadus will be able to do that. He's very interested in him, so we'll have keep Cadus on that. Um. So where do we end up?
Right, I thought we were still looking at rules for stuff.
No.
Let me move you guys the camera properly over. Right then, so you end up near the non-direct mining town, but you end up near a town that is near the mines. Essentially, people would stay here for when they're not sleeping in the mines, which, you know.
And is this where?
Go on. Ask a question.
Well, is this where the Warforged are around?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Well,
A lot of them have light bulbs more or less built into their skulls. Mining picks for hands, shovels, yada yada, that type of things, and they basically carry large mining carts as backpacks.
right. Do any of them look similar to the one that we?
No, none of them are wearing human flesh.
Well, I don't mean like that.
No.
I mean the make and the build.
Yes, very much similar builds. It's a rather busy town, and people and the occasional tiefling and dwarf can be spotted chatting with each other, along with some other small folk. Not a lot of humans, actually, surprisingly, though.
Huh.
However, there
Well-
is a church presence.
Okay, so this is like
As you do spot one of the
work camp.
the more cleaner buildings does have a few humans. You know,
Maybe we can offer our services as agents of the church to investigate their Warforged issue.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I guess we make our way to where they keep the Warforged. We don't
I
need to
strongly
interact with the
suggest we
church
get
if they're not
permission
managing
before
it.
we do anything else.
yeah, we're just gonna walk up to where there's been problems and shady folks around and just approach the thing.
I suggest we go to the church first and get
Fine.
their blessing. I say begrudgingly.
Oh, and I reached in for my military badge and papers.
And I get our writ saying that we're agents of the church, and we shall approach the church building.
Yep, the paperwork does have a new scribbling stating that mission has been completed. However, the paper does show that you have worked with the church in the past, which, will get you in. So
This speaks to our credibility.
yes. So I'm just letting you know that you can't just wave around saying I'm with the church.
Well, no, I want to use it just to show our
Yes, no,
credibility that we've worked with the
I'm
church before.
Aquin. Saver. I had told the party earlier what had happened. I'm catching you up.
Okay.
That's all. So, it's all chill. The plan still works. It's okay.
I'm just saying I kind of understood that because our mission was complete.
Yes.
And usually with writs of service, you collect them and you keep them because it shows your credibility. You can actually,
Yes.
back in the day, you could actually use that as like almost as credit.
Indeed.
Like, say you needed money, you can actually turn those in for like credit.
Mm-hmm. But, so, you approach the church, flash the paperwork. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll show it to the boss. The boss is...
Before we do that, by the way,
Hmm?
our cart, I want to make sure it's somewhere safe and that the horses are well looked after.
Yeah,
Mhm.
well, we stabled them.
Great.
Church has a stable you can put them in. And after
Yeah,
you
and
pull up with the
I
cart and
toss,
show your paperwork, they're like, oh,
Right.
yeah, we'll just stable it for you, it's fine.
I toss whatever stable hand is on hand a gold coin on to give our horses like a little extra loving care in like the hoof and washing
I'll throw a
department.
gold coin well from my horse. Only the best will sparkle sprinkles.
Yes.
Cupcake sprinkles. when the roars of war are heard, cupcake sprinkles is there.
Yes, but we do ask to speak to whoever's in charge.
I'd like to speak to your manager, please.
We'll go outright Karen on them.
Do you have any idea who I am?
I like to speak to a manager, please.
I'm with the HOA. I would
And
like to
I
speak
am
to your
definitely
manager,
going
please.
to make a bad Yelp review.
I'm with the HOA, and I'd like to speak to your manager.
Who just popped in?
Hmm?
Who just popped in?
Charles.
Oh, okay.
There, you go and speak to the manager. He's a nice, lovely fat man. Give me a sec.
Sir, it's been come to our attention.
He does have a name. Give me a sec, because I had actually prepared this guy. I just have to find his fucking thing. But yeah, continue. Talk, and I will let you know what his name
It has
is.
come to our attention that there has been incidents involving your Warforged.
Oh, it certainly does appear to be so. You know, we had a judge actually drop by earlier. All the way up from Dragontooth Penitentiary. He said that he was looking into a similar situation.
I have experience in dealing with.
Did he give a name?
Of the judge or of himself?
No, of the guy. Yeah. Well, I guess both.
Yeah,
Did he
just
give a
both.
name?
Mm-mm. He just simply said one of the judges.
Which judge?
Oh, what was his name? Ah, bloody guy. I didn't
Can you
know.
at least give us a description?
Oh, well, he's one of the judges.
Well,
You know, they all
neither
have the same
here-
long, dark clerical robes, usually dripping with a bit of fresh blood.
Well, what about his face?
neither here or there, but do you understand the possible dangers of something like this going on?
Of Waterforged, like yourself, my friend.
Yes, of them malfunctioning.
Well, he's going to look you over for a second. You don't appear to be malfunctioning. I'd say, you know, he kind of peeks around behind you. I'd say you're functioning a bit more, optimally, personally.
I was part of a tactical infantry experiment. by
He
the
holds up his
military.
hand and just to stop you, he's like, I'm sure you were, son, I'm sure you were. But I'm sure that also came with some, extra benefits, didn't it?
I couldn't vouch for
Possibly,
him.
but it
Or
also
more,
came with great. Also,
in-
the experimental unit also brought about great tragedy.
I'm sure. All experiments do. However, I'm quite sure that yours gave
The
extra,
fellows,
I want to insight him.
he's gonna tap his head. Extra benefits, I'm sure.
I want to insight what he's getting at.
Sure.
I kind of.
Sentience.
Yeah, I know.
He
we
knows
talked
saber
about it,
Okay,
but
okay.
I'm like, for me, it's like I don't see it as. I might not know exactly how I got it, but I kind of feel like it wasn't just given to me. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm quite sure. I'm quite sure.
I'm not gonna express that to him, but I kind of like if I could make a facial expression, be kind of like a that that makes me sick to the stomach to think that it was just given to me and that that it wasn't something that spontaneously was created because of my sheer force of will.
Well, that's the thing. From what I've been hearing from the workforces that have gained sudden enlightenments, shall we call it, there have been two forces at work. Some hear a very mystical song, as they describe it. Of course, they usually follows with the butchering of several people. But some say that they simply awaken to become a part of the choir themselves. The two sides of a coin, it seems.
Wish I could remember those sides.
You
Part
can
of the experiments that I dealt with
give me a
were
religion
very
check.
torturous.
Give me a religion check. Saber only. Two.
I probably
For a
heard
sec,
whispers about
I
it.
thought this guy was trying to pilfer sabers, which is why I wanted to insight.
No. He
Okay.
seems to be on.
We're having a bit of an intellectual debate right now.
They're basically
Not debate, but
They're
conversation.
basically talking without talking, is what they're really doing.
Right.
As in, you know, there are other gods that exist out there, but of course I'm not going to say that. Well, there's a couple of wacky cults that have been popping up in some of my workers, I've noticed. By the names of, what was it? Something Isaac. Some bloke named Isaac and another one named Aisha. Or Aisha. Such weird names they've come up with, such kooky...
Zach.
No, I'm sure it was just Isaac, my friend. Isaac.
Interesting.
As he eyes towards the door. Now then, I'm sure their friend Isaac
We
has
wish
been...
to assist in this investigation.
Well, if you wish to investigate, I would say, perhaps take up mining, my friend. You look like strong individuals. Perhaps you'd be up for a bit of mining.
Oh, sure, I know how to mine. As long as we're paid for it.
I if I could roll my eyes as I'm the only one getting the conversation here.
I was just saying that
And he's a very round, plump fellow, and he's standing and leaning against his neck. It's like, I'm sure you are, lassie. I'm sure you are. Here's a lollipop. He just pulls out a very
We will
a very roughly made caramel
start
apple.
our investigation in that general direction.
Of course.
I just not wish to see another incident like Valos Hollow.
Well, I'm sure if as long as Isaac doesn't go poking and prodding, I'm sure you'll be fine. Although, from what I've been able to gather, the song is quite beautiful to them, to the workforce. But
I've heard whispers about this song, but I sadly never partake in it. But no offense, but in some ways, I do not trust voices other than my own.
understandable.
Okay.
But again, this is just more hearsay I've been hearing from the workforces, of course. You know, tieflings tend to spread foul words. Can't ever trust those devil tongues, no.
I've always found it always depended if they were carrying a lute. Never
Aye.
trust a tiefling with a lute.
That too. They're very, how they say, horny bastards, I dare say. Always keep an eye out for horny bastards.
They are the Chad-Chans of this world.
That should not be talked about in the case. Yeah. So, Cadus, Alba... Cadus bends down and whispers into Alba's ear as he's still holding out a candied apple to you, as he thinks you have a child.
yeah, I'd taken it because it's free food.
Yeah, it's a candy apple. You just put it in your mouth, and you realize, oh, I can't talk when I have this in my mouth.
So I thank him for this information, and that we
They just
shall
nod at Cadus,
work
basically.
to assure the church in favor of the church and come to the bottom of this unfortunate set of events.
Of course. And, if you ever need any help, just look for old Jameson.
Thank you, sir.
Of course. And he tips his little fat head and a nod.
I give the proper respects of a more senior individual than I am in this world.
Mm-hmm.
And I make my way for the exit.
Yep. He does inform you, in case for the recap, he basically said, next town up, buddy. Basically between town A and town B. As this is the town where the miners go to sleep, this is the town where the miners go to work themselves to death.
I also kind of figured that the Warforged don't get to come down to the lower town. I was getting the message. I think Alba was the only one not getting anything.
Yeah. Essentially, it was... Well, no, some Warforged do come back. They have to drop off things, do maintenance, that type of shit.
Oh, I'm sure, but I'm sure the vast majority are up.
Oh, yeah, entirely. But yeah, so what do you do?
Well, we're going to spend the night here in town.
Mm-hmm.
And we should start thinking about not just supplies, but we could be dealing with some deep and heavy stuff that might involve a lot of combat. It's possible that
But
the whispers, once I find a place where we're kind of secluded.
Yeah.
Hey,
I've heard of these whispers before. Some Warforged can hear a song, almost like a march. Some say it's of some mechanical god. I've never experienced it. So
Saber,
I have
two
no
things.
clue.
Give me a history, give me a religion or history, and then
Oh, I thought I
a
gave you the religion.
Yeah, I know, but
Okay.
religion or
Before we
history.
do leave for the night, by the way, I do want to just making sure to get it out there in case you forget.
Go on.
I want to inquire to this guy about possible pay if we fix his problem or any problems that we see.
Of course, lass. I'll give you all the candies you want. Now get the fuck out of my office.
Ah,
You can't talk. You have a candy apple in your mouth. I've forgotten about that, so you can't even get it. But you just go on. You know, you're gestating. You're trying to talk. He's like, of course, but get the fuck out.
ah,
You have a taffy in your mouth. You can't talk.
screaming, muffled screaming.
Can you give me a demonstration, please?
No,
Why not?
because my throat hurts.
I'll give the next person who rolls advantage if you do.
I don't want to strain my throat more than it's already strained, Brian.
Well, I hopefully with that role I can kind of go into what I know of what I know.
I'll let you know what you know.
Okay, well then, because we're about to get into some heavy stuff, so
Probably.
I mean, maybe for this game, maybe like start wrapping up because the next game probably will be heavy, intense in combat.
We got about 30 minutes left.
Yeah. I'm gonna explain that. I've heard of the whispers of this song, this great chant of some kind of mechanical god, but no offense.
I could tell you that it's not that. No, I don't use the pretty rating gods.
Well,
But go on.
okay. Well, you talk about the song. I've heard about the song.
Yes.
And all I'm just saying is that some say it's this, but I don't believe that's the case.
Okay, go on.
A hive mind. No, it is more of a picture yourself in a void. Picture yourself never thinking anything and hearing the voice of another come in. We are not a collective per se. We are those who are not sentient only hear one voice, not that of a group. One order, one command. Even when people talk to us, it all sounded the same. All faces almost looked the same. Living that, if it wasn't for the nightmare I lived between my non-sentience and sentient, I would probably be able to describe it better. But as I form my echo beside me to give me the ability to curate these, I had lit as one. For countless times, I have died like this echo has died, more times than I can imagine. So my memory of my time before my sentience is quite muddled. But we should gather supplies, leave the cart. Well, we should have to take it.
You wouldn't be able to take the cart up anyway.
Yeah, we should leave the cart and the horses because they might be killed.
Well, no, not so much that. It's literally a footpath, and if you take a horse up there, all the miners are going to beat the shit out of you. It's very much a courtesy thing of, hey, we've got worn-down shoes, and I don't feel like coming home smelling like dog shit.
Then how do they get the pole down from the mountain?
That's what the Warforged are for.
Okay, the Warforged just walk it down? Alright.
Uh-huh. Who needs horses when you have man-sized horses?
We'll spend the night here, eat up, gather what supplies we need. I'm going to start asking around in town of what the Warforged have been doing. Has there been any sightings of them gathering or collecting in circles?
That's the first bit of information you would know. Just a hint to the world. I forget, what was it with songs? Isn't it that they follow, like, the beat of 4 or 6 or something?
Well, if we're going off of the Eberron, it's weird. I
No,
forget, but
not
it's
not
basically,
Ebron. I'm talking actual real life. I know that when
what.
you write music, it's like beats of 4 or 6. I can't remember.
Well, it depends. You can have a song be driven by the melody or the harmony. It all depends on what you wanna do.
Okay.
Because rap, that's just basically,
Well, rap isn't music.
well, it doesn't have any melody.
Exactly.
That's why they're called artists and not musicians a lot of times.
So what we do
Typing
now
up
then?
lots of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Roleplay amongst yourselves is what I suggest.
But yeah, any other questions you have of me? But also, I'm gonna try and, like, when we go to, like, the local bars, just ask the town people. Other than the wild boar forge that attacked and killed someone, is whatever odd activities have they been doing?
They inform you that killings are usually quite rare, and a lot of people seem quite hesitant to talk about the ones that do happen. But
We look to stop it. Any information you get will help us in protecting this town.
all they know is that most of them start screeching, and then usually go on to the attack. However, they never attack their own, and they've also had disappearances of both people, usually new workers, and warforged in large groups that just suddenly go missing.
Up at the town in the mountain or down below here?
Usually on the way in between.
Oh boy.
But there's also been reports that that sometimes even while they're mining, people just and they're gone.
Yeah, that's yeah, this is gonna be a hard fight, guy.
Possibly.
Sorry, I was yawning. This could be a hard fought fight. It sounds like two factions are brewing within this Warforged community. We're gonna have to eventually make contact with one of them. Hopefully, one that isn't going to attack us on sight.
Man, I sure hope I don't get my face peeled off. Realizes, oh wait, mechanical. Fleshy problems. As for that,
Yeah, as for me, this is gonna be a tough fight. I have magical swords, so I don't have to sharpen my blades. I guess oil them up a little bit. Any of the Warforged in town, are they, like, out and about?
there are a few. There are a few just marching.
I try and investigate if any of them are attempting to hide their sentience. If they're trying to just go with the flow, but still remain like they're programmed.
Insight.
God damn it! Why can't I roll good for that one? Oh well.
Yes, machines. I know what it's like to be alive. Therefore, I know how to hide up being alive. And you just stare at them and, like, if any of them were sentient, they would just be giving you the side eye, like, dude, what the fuck? Fuck off. But you don't pick up any of those subtleties.
It was worth a shot.
Yeah.
It's something that maybe, like I said, we're gonna have to really start. I'm gonna also tell everyone else that keep an eye out on the Warforged, because there might be some hiding their sentience within the.
Saber knows how to hide his sentience, of course. Talks to everyone like he's a person.
I don't need to see.
Every authority that has the right to just break him on sight. Fuck you! It's like, oh. Well, the fuck? But yeah, no, you don't find anything. But you do hear just a nice little, they're slinging what was it? Chain gang songs, just humming them.
Um,
Cutting off their head, Cadus.
I was just gonna point that out.
If they are sentient, they are no different than yourself. Except we don't have fleshy, weak organs. We are immune to disease. We're resistant to almost all poisons.